What if we told you that a single definition buried inside a government document could decide whether North India runs out of water?
We expose how a technical change may have sealed the fate of India's oldest mountain range and the survival of millions who depend on it.
This afternoon, we are tracking what environmental experts describe as a systematic dismantling of Aravalli range. Just hours ago, senior Congress leader Jairam Ramesh took to the social media accusing the government of pushing what he calls a fatally flawed redefinition of Aravallis, one that he says opens the door to the large-scale mining.
He says, Aravalli पहाड़ों को बचाया नहीं बेचा जा रहा है, which translates to Aravalli hills are not being saved but are being sold. At the center of this controversy is a technical change with enormous consequences, the 100-meter rule. Under this rule, land qualifies as a hill only if it rises at least 100 meters above the surrounding terrain. Scientists warn that this criterion strips legal protection from nearly 90% of the Aravalli range.
Let's look at the official numbers. According to the mapping by the Forest Survey of India, there are 12,081 hill formations identified across Rajasthan within the Aravalli system.
Under the new 100-meter threshold, only 1,048 hills qualify for protection. That means over 11,000 hill formations, low ridges, slopes and foothills are no longer legally recognized as hills.
These are not cosmetic features. These formations regulate airflow, trap dust, reduce heat and recharge underground water across the Delhi NCR region.
When governments erase hills on paper, people pay the price in real life.
The government insists the impact will be minimal. Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav has stated that mining will affect approximately 0.2% of the Aravalli range.
But translated into land area, that fraction equals approximately 68,000 acres of ecologically sensitive terrain. Environmental planners warn this land forms a natural shield against desertification and extreme heat advancing from the Thar Desert.
These aren't disappearing hills on the map. They are disappearing safeguards between our cities and the deserts.
The damage is already visible underground. Data from the Central Groundwater Board and state agencies shows alarming depletion across districts surrounding the Aravallis.
In Gurugram, groundwater levels has dropped by roughly 65 meters over the last 2 decades. Faridabad has seen a decline of nearly 75 meters. Alwar's water table has fallen by about 60 meters. Mahendragir faces the worst impact, with the depletions exceeding 120 meters, pushing the district into the terminal water crisis.
Hydrologists warn that mining fractures the rock layers that store groundwater. Once these aquifers collapse, the recharge becomes nearly impossible.
More than 50 million people across Haryana, Rajasthan and Delhi depend directly or indirectly on the Aravalli recharge system for drinking water.
If you live in Delhi, Gurugram, Faridabad or Alwar, this story is already inside your home.
So why now? This answer lies in the government's push for the critical minerals.
Under the Ministry of Mines, latest policy framework restrictions are relaxed for minerals such as lithium, copper, zinc and rare earth elements.
Government records show that 55 mineral blocks have already been auctioned nationwide. Industry filings indicate a surge in the interest for the composite mining lease in Aravalli districts, with large corporators aggressively bidding for the exploration rights.
This isn't regulation. It's acceleration.
Environmental assessments raise another serious concern.
Internal Forest Department report warned that this policy could fragment buffer zones around protected areas such as Sariska Tiger Reserve.
Wildlife experts caution that species survivals depend on the continuous habitat. Fragmentation disrupts migration routes for the leopards, hyenas and other species.
A leopard does not recognize a 100-meter definition. Nature does not negotiate with paperwork.
The scale of destruction is not theoretical.
The Central Empowered Committee, appointed by the Supreme Court, reports that nearly 25% of the Aravalli range has already been lost to the mining since 1960s.
Instead of restoration, critics argue the government has chosen reclarification, redefining geography rather than protecting it.
The issue is now headed to court. Jairam Ramesh has confirmed a Supreme Court challenge, arguing that the policy violates the state's constitutional duty under Article 48A, which mandates environmental protection.
Legal experts point out that while regulating mining is within the government authority, redefining landforms to bypass safeguards raises serious constitutional concerns.
Can a government redraw geography to escape responsibility? That is the question now confronting the system.
The data tells one story: shrinking hills, collapsing water tables, and rising the ecological stress across the North India. This is no longer debated about definitions. It is about air, water, and survival.
You can redefine a hill, you cannot redefine the consequences.
That's our special investigation report today.
Stay tuned for more updates.
Thank you.